Information tonight on the death of a Huntsville high school student. Teens are coming forward now tonight to talk about their experiences in high school. Nigel Shelby took his own life last week. He was 15 years old. His family told us he'd been treated for depression. They say he was openly gay and had been bullied. Before Nigel enrolled at Huntsville High School, he was in Florence City Schools. WAAY 31's Brecken Terry talked with teens about the struggles gay teenagers face and took their concerns to the superintendent. Brecken?
I'm here outside of the Florence City School System's central office, and they tell me they have a strong anti-bullying policy, but many LGBTQ teens and parents tell me more needs to be done to create an accepting environment. Florence student Savannah Watson and her friends shared with us stories of being called names at school, mostly because of their sexual orientation. Watson said one incident happened this week.
It was very obvious that I'm a queer student. I'm very out about that. And I walked past them, and this one white boy decided to yell a slur.
Watson told us sometimes they report the incidents, but sometimes they don't because they fear nothing will be done.
There aren't policies in place that heavily target that sort of harassment because they count bullying once it happens multiple times.
We took these concerns to Florence City Schools Superintendent Jimmy Shaw. He told us they take bullying claims very seriously and fully investigate all incidences that are reported.
We find that it's sometimes a two-way street, that yes, there's been some incidents that happened, but also the reporter sometimes have done some things on the backside, so you end up with a student conflict resolution issue.
Shaw said other times they get reports of bullying that happen outside of the school system. That's when they call Florence police. Shaw said when they can prove a student is bullying others, they will face punishment.
But it doesn't have to happen multiple times for us to address it if we see a clear incident, but oftentimes it's not as clear-cut as people think.
Wednesday night in this LGBTQ support group meeting, Watson said a better discussion needs to be had about suicide and teen mental health in general.
You can't just look at a person and tell whether they're depressed or anxious or suicidal or even worse if they're about to do it that very night. This is something that has to be addressed more often.
Some parents I spoke with told me they would like to see more sensitivity training throughout school districts for administrators and teachers. Shaw told me that every administrator has an open door policy with students and parents. Live in Florence, Brecken Terry, WAAY 31 News.
Thanks, Brecken. Right now, there is proposed legislation that would provide more funds for suicide prevention measures.